What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Tesla software update. Today we're looking at 2020.36.10. And not much has changed from the last time. Now, some people didn't have .36, so they're getting a lot of new things, including the traffic light chime and speed assist improvements and all this kind of stuff. But today, for me, if you want to see some of that other stuff, we're going to look at some things really quickly. But this is the new one, exit out of passing lane. You can actually turn that off. That's like American mode, people are going to call it, because they always say Americans are hogging the left lane. I don't know, I don't see it so much. But if you don't know, the Tesla will automatically, when using Navigate on Autopilot, which we're about to use, it will automatically go around slower cars, take exits, move lanes to get away from construction cones. And one of the things it can do is change out of the passing lane, if it's in the passing lane and there's room to the right. And it does that naturally, but you can actually turn this off now. I'm not sure why. So let's open up the settings and look at that. So in the settings right here, Autopilot, Customize, there it is, Exit Passing Lane. You can turn that off. So I'll try to demonstrate exiting the passing lane, and then I'll turn it off, and then it won't do that. Not much to see. There is actually a use case for this for me. So I'd guess, another Model 3. So I would guess some other people as well. And for me, it's that on my way home, some of the highway, the passing lane is actually marked off with a solid yellow line. So my Tesla thinks it's in the passing lane when it's really not. And so it'll say exiting passing lane and go into the right lane, which I personally like to stay out of to avoid cars that are merging onto the highway. So I do have a use case for this. But with that said, I'm not sure I'll be using it all that much. We'll have to play around with it. The nice thing is that I have to take over for the turn. The nice thing is that you can, you guys are gonna smoke me for not having my turn signal on. I had it on, it turned off. But the nice thing is you can adjust that setting actually while you're driving. Some of these settings you can't change while driving. So you could, think, it's not getting out of the passing lane, I want it to. In the middle of a drive, you could turn it back on, so that's nice. So getting on the highway here, I've also noticed some other improvements with this update. The cameras have been seeming like they're picking up more stuff. I don't know if that's just me making it up, but it does kind of seem that way. And then one issue I've been having, which if you've been watching my channel, you would know, changing into faster lane, I've had, there was this one red light under a bridge that was not my red light. It was off to the right, and it was for another lane of traffic, and my car would stop at it when it wasn't supposed to. So looking pretty good. Yeah, the light graphic is definitely updated. The lights are a lot, it's stopping again. Oh my gosh, for nothing? Well, I tested that in this update, and it didn't mess up at all. It did it perfectly. So that's a huge, huge improvement. I haven't had any weirdness on the highway so far. Of course, this is a new update. I haven't driven with it a ton yet. But what I've done so far, it's been doing a really good job. Okay, so right here, I would imagine, I'll slow down a little bit. We'll get a pretty good example. I don't want to go that speed. A pretty good example of exiting passing lane. That message should pop up any second here. Because we're in the passing lane, there's room over here. You can see that it's on. Unfortunately, we have this minivan sitting over here. So, there we go. Changing lanes out of passing lane. I thought it wasn't going to do it. So that's what you'll see normally if you keep this set to yes. Now, if I set it to no, that basically won't happen anymore. Again, most of the time, this is an odd one. What a weird update just to add this one thing. I don't know. I'm not sure the thinking behind that. Let me know if you have like a use case for this. I'm sure there are some people out there that are like, oh, thank God, I hated not being able to camp in the left lane. we know you go by them when you're driving. You see the people just going 5 below or going exactly the speed limit in the left lane, and you're like, what the heck are you doing? So now it will not exit the passing lane, even though technically it would think this is the passing lane. If I turn that on, no, it's not gonna. See, changing out of passing lane just because I hit yes for a second. And even though I hit no, it continued to do it. So that's a perfect example there, is it wanted to, but I said no, and now it can't do it, but it had already started the maneuver, of course. So pretty interesting. If you change it in the middle of the maneuver, it'll finish what it's doing. So then here is what I was talking about. We'll get over. And this is my scenario here, where this is not the passing lane. This is the middle lane, and we can legally use that left lane, but it has a solid yellow line, so the car the car thinks it's in the passing lane here, and it'll sometimes exit. So now I would simply say exit passing lane no, which I already set, and it won't exit this lane. Okay, now I said I probably won't use that feature too much, and it's because I have my own method. I'm running out of room here. I have my own method of kind of controlling these behaviors by the car. I need to speed up. But when Navigate on Autopilot is on, it'll do that to make its own decisions. If I don't want it to, boom, I do that, and it abandons what it was gonna do. Well, sometimes, wow, usually it'll abandon what it's gonna do, but I need to get off here. So one other thing I wanted to mention, if you wanted to see more, check out the video before this, because the features are the same. But with the green light chime, I don't have a chance to test it here because there's too much traffic, but when the green light chimes, I saw this on Twitter, if you're sitting at the green light and you get the chime and you don't do anything, it'll continue chiming. It'll chime again until you go. So I thought that was really interesting. Sorry I can't get footage of that, but there's just way too many cars around. I also tested speed limit signs. Those, for me, seem to be working really well. I'm seeing some complaints online that either people's cars aren't seeing them or they're not changing. So to be clear, this is the speed limit that your car currently thinks the speed limit is. The sign, so you'll see there's a sign there. I'm sure it'll get displayed. And yeah, so it picked it up a little late, but I haven't found that that's mattered. It still picked it up with a good amount of time and changed my speed as it needed to be changed. So I don't know, I'm not having any problems with that, but I do see some complaints from people about that and phantom braking and these things. I hear you guys, but I really never get phantom braking. I have one spot on my drive. Sorry to kind of go off, but people are always asking me about this. I have one spot on my drive. I can show you. I'll record it because it's coming up, and it always happens there every time. But beyond that, like on the highway, I can say I never get it. I never have phantom braking. So I'm not sure what's going on with that and why it would be so different between different people's cars. Of course, of all the days I want to test the phantom brake, somebody's gaining on me when I'm going 60. It's all right, let me just let them pass me. And they turned left there. What are the chances? All right, we're coming up to the spot, but now somebody else is behind me. This is ridiculous. There's like usually not that many people on this road. But any second now. So there was a little break. That might have been the spot. Usually it's a lot harder break than that. Yeah, so there you go. I don't know. Even on a day where I try to make it happen, it usually happens there. It doesn't happen. So anyway, my point was phantom braking is not something I normally experience. But overall, Autopilot on this update, I've probably done about 100 miles on it now, has been really solid, keeping my lane really well, going around bends well. And one other thing that I noticed, but let me know if you think the same thing, when the lane widens, I'm noticing the car's doing a better job not kind of going too crazy. I may not have enough time on this update for that, but I'm interested if you other Autopilot users have been doing the same thing. And I'll add one last thing. You do need full self-driving for this, of course, because if you don't have full self-driving, your car is not making its own lane changes. I get that question a lot. I do have full self-driving, so all my videos, I usually put full self-driving in the title, and I still get the question like, do you have full self-driving or just Autopilot or what? So I do have full self-driving, and you won't see that option, of course, unless you have full self-driving. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along